Hey guys, this is my first video in my new flat. It's still a bit of a work in progress, so ignore the stuff like this side of me and this side of me. It's still kind of a work in progress. Gonna end up with some sort of flat tour when I actually, have it all done. But for this video we're going to do another episode of my recommendation show, So You Like, where I take a bit of media that I've enjoyed over the last little while and sort of tell you what you might like if you've consumed it at some point or other. So this month we're going to be going based on The Adventure Zone, a podcast by the McElroy brothers where they and their dad play D&D. And, well, they've moved on to other role-playing games since, but we're going to be going based on their first big story, their Balance arc, as they've called it. The Adventure Zone Balance is all about D&D. It's got some characters that have, it starts off very silly and then gets really quite serious and poignant and everything as it goes on, and there's a lot of cool stuff in there, and I've got some good ideas that you might enjoy based on it. So the first thing I'm going to recommend to you based on the Adventure Zone Balance is Rat Queens, which has had so many different members of its creative team that I'm not even going to try and sort of list them because there's been too many things going on with that. But the main thing that I think that you would enjoy about it based on the Adventure Zone is the fact that it's a bit of an unconventional sort of D&D party, and lots of interesting stuff based on that, and interactions, and there's all sorts of stuff that I think can really appeal to people who've watched The Adventure Zone, listen to The Adventure Zone rather, if they have a read of this. So good idea to check it out. So the next thing that I'm going to recommend is The Order of the Stick by Rich Burlew from Giant in the Playground Games, which isn't finished yet, but there's not that much to go, I think. No, it's a massive story though. It's really massive story, and the idea behind it is that it started out as just a little jokey webcomic where the author would kind of put in some D&D jokes, and then it became more than that, in very much the same way as the Adventure Zone Balance did, because they started off just playing D&D and having a bit of a joke and stuff, and it became a massive story that they really enjoyed making. So that was a thing, and it's very similar in that. And they're both D&D based as well, obviously. Or at least, well, Adventure Zone is obviously moving on to other stuff, but still. Okay, the third thing is Titan's Grave, The Ashes of Volcana, which is a sort of web series thing that Will Wheaton and some of his friends, including Hank Green and some voice factory people and all sorts of folk, they decided to do a role-playing game series, and this was the result, and it's very good, but we still want Season 2, it's not ended up coming out at all. It's also got similar aspects to The Adventure Zone in that it's reasonably famous people on the internet playing a role-playing game, and yeah, there's less jokes in it, but it's still very good. Okay, we're jumping back a bit and going for another webcomic-y type thing, which is Homestuck, because there's a lot of sort of crossover in sort of, I've seen other people comparing them, and there is quite a lot of similarities. There's a lot of sort of jumping around and timelines and sort of memories and repressed memories and all sorts of stuff for characters, and there's some very similar themes. In fact, I've seen one person in a comments section of the thing going, the Venn diagram of Adventure Zone fans and Homestuck fans is a circle. It's not quite true, but it's pretty illustrative. And the last thing that I'm going to recommend is Teslagrad, which is a video game that I've got on Steam, and it's a very interesting game. It's got a very similar feel to it as the Adventure Zone in some ways, but like also, it's got like the sort of whole video gamey aspects that Griffin's injected into the Adventure Zone very much in effect, like they gain new powers and that sort of thing. That's very much still there, and there's bosses and that sort of thing, and there's all sorts of stuff to do with like the fact that I'm gonna assume that you've actually listened to the Adventure Zone. The red robes and the sort of uniforms that are sort of said about in there, I kind of picture them as being similar to sort of, for some reason, communist sort of uniform type thing. Not because, like, there's actually anything suggesting that other than the colour red, but, like, that's just the sort of thing that pings in my mind. And then, like, this has got a similar aesthetic to that in some ways. And, yeah, the two of them make me think of the other. So, I think that it's a good association there. But those are some things that I think works really well coming off of the Adventure Zone. I would love to know what you think of them down in the comments down below, so let me know down there if I've missed anything out, if I have got it right on the money or anything. Love to know, let me know. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails down below to see other videos by me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.